your girl Okwe, and welcome to the All Shows Nigerian channel, where I review Nollywood movies, series, and reality TV shows. Today I'll be reviewing the third episode, season 1 of the African Netflix reality show titled Young, Famous, and African. Alright, so the way this review will work is I'll take my time to summarize the episode for people who may not have had a chance to watch the reality show, and then I'll give my take and overall ratings of the entire show at the end. So with that being said, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this review. So the episode starts off with the girls meeting up to catch up on what's been going on since after Diamond's Arabic-themed event. Annie and Nadia are once again shocked to see Zari at another gathering, but regardless, they try to stay cordial with one another. Nadia shares with the ladies that she's traveling to go see a mystery man in Mexico for her birthday, and Kanye wants the girls to plan a send-off party for her friend. Kaylee also opens up about how things are slightly rocky between her and Quentin, as they argue a lot and she isn't fully supportive of his friendship with Diamond and feels that Diamond is a bad influence on Quentin. Kanye isn't happy on how Kaylee is speaking about Quentin, as they are really close and she plans to meet up with Quentin later on in the week. Anyways, Kaylee goes further to bring up the situation with Diamond, Nadia, and Zari, and this makes Zari and Nadia a bit uncomfortable. Zari isn't really clear on what's been going on between Nadia and Diamond due to her late arrival into the group, and the ladies waste no time in giving her a rundown on the events leading up to now. Nadia explains to the group that although Diamond's party was awkward for her with everything that transpired in the beginning, she and Diamond had decided at the end of the night to stay friends and not pursue each other any further. Zari in her confessionals is low-key confused because she doesn't understand why Nadia was pursuing something with Diamond in the first place if she already had a boyfriend in Mexico that she was already happy with, which is fair. But anyways, Zari then clarifies again that her and Diamond were just co-parenting and were not together. The group is not fully convinced that they don't think that Zari and Diamond are really being true with themselves or have truly let go of their feelings towards each other. Annie soon brings up how she didn't like how Zari was rude to her in Diamond's event by calling her out on the length of her dress. First of all, I think Zari called Annie out on her dressing more so because of the theme of the event. It was an Arabic night theme, and usually Arab dressing is a little bit more conservative. So I kind of get where Zari was coming from with that. And I don't think she was necessarily trying to be shady with this either. I just think Annie is a bit too sensitive, and I get that because I can be that way too. And maybe she was just nitpicking a little bit because she just didn't like Zari from the very beginning. But comment down below your thoughts on this. Anyways, Zari apologizes for making Annie feel that way, and Annie haphazardly accepts the apology. The ladies table their discussion and soon head out for the rest of the evening. On the other hand, the guys are also meeting up separately to catch up as well on what's been going on in their circle. Quentin gives Swanky a rundown of what went down at Diamond's event, and Swanky is taken aback by all of it. Soon, Diamond and Andile join the conversation, and they all grill Diamond on how he set up his event for drama by inviting his ex Zari and his potential girl at the time, Nadia. Diamond feels like he did nothing wrong and that both ladies were okay during the event. Let me just say that it did feel kind of weird the way he treated Nadia at the event, because it seemed like once Zari came or arrived, all focus was on her, and I don't think Diamond even spoke to Nadia at all during the event, or at least not until they mutually agreed to just stay friends later in the night. But comment down below your thoughts on whether you felt like Diamond was rude to Nadia or not during his event. Anyways, they go on teasing and talking about other things, and Diamond informs the guys that he will be going to Tanzania soon for business and to finalize his album. They go on to talk about other things and all soon eventually head out separately to go about their different tasks for the rest of the day. In the next scene, Kanye meets up with Quentin to discuss his relationship with Kaylee. Kanye has known Quentin for over 20 years and sees him almost as like a little brother, and feels like she's the best person to have this type of conversations with him because she isn't convinced that everything is okay in his current relationship. Kanye informs Quentin that she feels his relationship with Kaylee is turbulent, and Quentin doesn't feel like Kanye has the right to call him out on his relationship because she hasn't been very forthcoming to him about her strange relationship with Kudzi, her boy toy. Honestly, I don't understand why or how things went from 0 to 100 between these two during this conversation, because it quickly got very heated real quick. I don't think they actually got anywhere with the points they were trying to pass across to one another. The scene was it just felt way too forced, and I get it's a reality show or whatever, but at least still put some realness to it. Not every conversation has to be dramatic or be heightened in terms of emotions or put on as a show. And honestly, I didn't really like that. For those that actually watched this episode, comment down below your thoughts. So, anyways, they both continue to clash heads over unnecessary rubbish for a bit longer, and Kanye suggests that the two of them, alongside their partners, should have a group session with a therapist to talk about their feelings and communicate better with one another. With that, she storms off and leaves Quentin as confused as probably all of us, the viewers that were watching this scene. So annoying, honestly. I know I'm going to be off topic with this, but I've watched a lot of reality shows and I really hate forced and fake drama. Just let conversations and confrontations flow naturally. Not everything has to be bing bing. And honestly, the more I'm watching this show, the more I'm realizing that all of them have a very superficial and surface type of relationship with one another. There's not one person in this friend group that I can say have like genuine relationship outside this show. And well, except Zari and Diamond, because they do have kids together. But anyways, it just, I don't know, they just feel very forced. A lot of the scenes feel very forced, and even when they meet up as friends, I feel like it doesn't really hit as like, actual conversations that friends have with one another. I don't know if you guys get what I mean, but comment down below your thoughts. So in the next scene, we see Annie on a call with her husband Two Face, and she speaks to her daughters as well, as you can tell that she loves her family so much with the way she beams when talking to them. She soon reveals to us, the viewers, that she had been married to Two Face for 10 years now at the time, and that he had his first set of kids the same year that they had gotten married, which at the time made her extremely devastated. She also explains that the pain from this betrayal 10 years ago still lingers within her, and she still hasn't fully healed from it all yet. But she goes on to emphasize that she has no regrets and feels grateful because, to her, all these circumstances have molded him to be a great man today, and she loves her children, including the ones that are not necessarily her biological ones. She loves all of them like equally and stuff like that. I know this is a touchy subject and maybe I shouldn't speak on it because I myself am not married yet, nor do I have kids of my own. But however, it's so clear that this woman's self-esteem has been broken, like completely broken, and that she's clearly still deeply hurt by what her husband put her through, and rightfully so. But she's still choosing to be delusional with all his actions still now, and even defending it by consoling herself with the fact that she loves all her kids God has blessed her with, but both within and outside the marriage. I mean, just because you love your kids shouldn't blind you from seeing that your husband did the worst type of wrong to you that a man could ever do in his marriage and cause you so much agonizing pain and heartache. But aside that, I hope she's well, and truly that her love for her kids can outweigh the pain in her heart, because she doesn't strike me as the type of woman that is ready to leave him anytime soon, regardless of whatever scandal may come out or are yet to come out. Annie, unfortunately, is a ride or die for an irresponsible man, and unfortunately, this is the reality of a lot of households if you think about it, and it's really, really sad. Comment down below your thoughts on Annie and Two Face's relationship and marriage in general. So, anyways, in the next scene, Swanky and Annie meet up for lunch, and Swanky has a surprise waiting for Annie. She receives flowers randomly on getting to the location, and she is clearly confused on what's going on. Soon enough, Two-Face comes out of nowhere and surprises his wife in South Africa. Annie is extremely pleased with his surprise visit and showers her husband with warm hugs and kisses as they catch up with each other. Unknown to Annie, Two-Face reveals in his confessionals that part of his reasons for coming to South Africa was to do something special for his upcoming anniversary, 10-year anniversary with Annie. Annie and Two-Face end up leaving to a lovely hotel and enjoy each other's company for the rest of the day. In the next scene, Quentin is seen headed to the therapist with Kaylee to meet Kanye and Kuzi for their group therapy session. On getting there, we see that Kanye is present, but Kudzi is absent. And we soon find out that Kudzi refused to come for the session because of the things that he had heard that Quentin had said about him in his prior meeting with Kanye. Because of this, the therapist decides to only have the session with Kaylee and Quentin. And with that, Kanye excuses them and leaves the room. Their session soon begins and Kaylee and Quentin seem to be butting heads already. Kaylee feels like Quentin doesn't listen and gets defensive very easily. And Quentin chimes in by saying that he feels Kaylee can come off as a dictator sometimes, which is a turn-off for him. The therapist asks Kaylee about her previous relationship, and she opens up that there was a lot of cheating and toxicity in that relationship, which may have overflowed into her relationship with Quentin now. The therapist also points out that this could bring out trust issues in her future relationships, and she agrees that she doesn't feel the way now in her current relationship. She does feel that way now in her current relationship because Quentin is unromantic and doesn't really showcase his feelings much. They talk it out more with the therapist and soon schedule another session, which they both agree to. In the next scene, Diamond comes in to see his kids at Zari's house to say goodbye before leaving for Tanzania. Diamond also comes bearing gifts for the kids as well as Zari to show that he appreciates her for all that she does for the kids and for holding down the fort while he is always away. Soon after, they walk him out and wish him a safe trip as he heads off. In the next scene, Annie and Two-Face are heading out for a fancy and romantic private dinner with just the two of them. They both tease each other and enjoy each other's company as they eat and listen to the saxophonist play. They talk about their past and Two-Face says that he is happy and grateful that Annie has always stood by him regardless of everything that came their way. Boy, bye. All these scandals could have been avoided if you had just respected your marital vows and your wife and kept it in your pants. Simple. He's honestly so annoying and I hate how he manipulates her, to be honest. But anyways, he also commends her for the strength and resilience in how she balances her work life and family life with the kids and showed up and showed out all the time in both areas. Annie has an emotional moment hearing all this and soon bursts out crying. He consoles his wife and they both have a romantic moment. As the night draws to an end, he takes the opportunity to ask her to renew their marriage vows. Annie is ecstatic about the idea and gives a big yes as he places the ring in her finger. They are both excited and head back to the hotel room for the rest of the night. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Alright, so here are my thoughts. Honestly, it's just really hard to see someone like Annie who mistakes struggle marriage and marital disrespect as love. But I honestly do hope that eventually her eyes open to the manipulation and she sees the situation for what it really is. With regards to Kaylee and Quentin, I think that this was the first episode where I'll say I genuinely saw them being authentic and real with their emotions with regards to their relationship. I hope with the help of the therapist that they'll be able to work things out and reach a compromise or end goal when dealing with relationship issues that arise in the future. Besides these guys, the others didn't really have much going on in the episode. And I'd love for them to step it up for the next episode, to be honest. Kanye, please be real. Not every scene with you has to be animated or over the top, okay? Thank you. Yeah, she was just being too much, like overly dramatic this episode, and I really didn't like it. Overall, I'll be giving this episode a 6.5 out of 10. It was slightly better than the last one, but I'm going to need them to really step up their pace in the next episodes to come because right now, it's giving borderline boring. Comment down below your overall thoughts on this episode, my summary, and my review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified every single time your girl posts a new video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.